What's going on, y'all? So, in my Model Y, I've been trying to find a solution as far as ways that I can keep my trunk as organized and clutter-free as possible, right? In the back of my trunk, I have two large kind of like storage areas. They're just two big empty holes that are on the inside of my trunk, right? There are a lot of times where I will have groceries in my trunk, and I don't know if I just drive wild, but I'll take one sharp turn and then I can hear all of my groceries just like fall into that empty area. So I found a solution that I think is going to work out for me, which I picked up this from EVBASE, and it is a storage container pretty much to kind of fill that hole. First, I'm going to unbox it, then we'll install it and talk about it and see if this is going to solve the issue that I've been having. So let's try it out. Kind of going over the integrity of these boxes really quick because I wasn't sure how they were going to feel and it might be important to some of y'all. When I first got these, I was worried that it was going to be one of two things. One, they were going to be too flimsy, kind of like a loosey-goosey type of cheap material. And then on the other hand, I was worried that they were going to be too stiff, like a real hard type of plastic. But these bins are actually right in the middle. So they're rigid to the point where they can hold their own shape and stand up on their own and everything, but they still have some pliability to it. So you're able to bend them and warp them a little bit. So I was happy with that. But when it comes to the lids, it's the complete opposite. So these things are actually super duper solid. That's kind of how you would want it because you're going to be sitting things on top of it. And just listen to this. Like it's a solid sound. I was even trying to like bend it to see if it had any type of like play or bendability to it, and it doesn't. So I know that when it comes to setting things on top of this, I'm not going to experience any type of like warping or concaving or anything like that. So integrity so far was a win for me. This is what my trunk looks like, of course. These are the little side pockets. And here's one of the things that I'm actually kind of worried about. With this bottom, it's not firm. So like this entire flap does kind of lift up some. I don't know if you can really see that, but I'm able to fit my entire finger around the edge of this little corner right here. And I can do the exact same thing on this other side. So again, got some dirt, but up here, there's a little bit of a space to where I can completely pull this up. So I am low-key worried that I might have something back here that might be small, that might slip behind there, and I might never find it again because I don't know how to really like get this entire thing up. When it comes to installing these, it was very simple, very simple. The only thing that I did do is I bent it a little bit because I was afraid it was still a little warped just from how it was packaged or shipped to my house. But all I did was make sure that I have the cutout face towards my sub trunk, and then you just slide the bin into the little corner. Not much to it, very simple. Did the exact same thing on the other side, so bending it a little bit just to get that warping out, slide it into the storage area. And I did want to make sure that when I had it in there that I pushed against the bottom of the bin because I wanted to make sure that it had full contact with the bottom of my trunk. And I was super surprised with how precise and how close of a fit these bins were inside of the trunk. So you have your full edge-to-edge protection, there's no gapping or anything like that. And even that one little corner that I was worried about small items falling into now is completely mitigated. So now it's no longer a problem. And since these are waterproof bins, now I feel super comfortable even storing some of my daily cleaners that I like to keep in my car. So I've got a couple of items like my seat cleaner and my glass cleaner, and I was actually able to put a couple of cleaning cloths in there, and if they just so happen to be a little bit wet, I don't mind storing them in there for a little bit. And hopefully I don't need this no time soon, but I was also able to put my ice pick in there as well, or my ice scraper in there too. And then you just put the lid on top, which it just sits right on top. It doesn't like snap into place or anything, but it goes right on top, and now I'm able to fully use all of this space in my trunk without worrying about anything falling down. And my groceries most importantly, aren't going to be falling into this hole anymore, thankfully. And I just want you to see what it looks like all together. So everything looks very nice and flush. Nothing is really sticking up or anything. I was feeling it to see if anything felt different. The felt actually felt the exact same. Honestly, it looks like it actually came with the car. I mean, it looks like it's manufactured this way, so it looks really good. So I pulled down the floor mat that I have in my trunk, and there were a couple of things that I actually wanted to test out. I wanted to make sure that one, whenever the floor mat is down, that I am still able to take off the tops to these bins without any issues. So as you can see, I was able to go in there, grab what I needed, put it back down as far as the top without having to lift the weather mat or without any type of like issues. So that was great. And another thing that I was a little worried about is when it comes to lifting the actual covering for my sub trunk. I was afraid that it was going to lift the lids that were on the side bins. So I don't know if you're like me, but it's the small things that really just set me off. So if I would have lifted this and saw that the side lids would have like came up or like shifted or anything like that, I think it would have aggravated me. But as you can see, I got a package at the front door. As you can see, I closed and lifted the covering for my sub trunk several different times, and these lids didn't budge whatsoever. So just another reason why I'm so far digging these bins. Not only are they custom fit, they stay in place, there's no shifting. I don't know, it's just perfect. It just works for me. It works. So I'm happy. Yeah, I don't have much left to say. Let's just wrap this up. Let's wrap it up. All right, so that's pretty much it. You know, very short and simple solution to at least some of the issues that I have been experiencing with my vehicle. If you've been having the same issues that I've been having or even the same concerns, I'd highly recommend checking out these products. I'll have the links down below where you can find them. And I'll even throw up a discount code right here and in the description bar that'll help you save a little bit of money on your total purchase. But make sure you check down the description bar first, because sometimes this code might change. So yeah. Anyways, that is it. Got nothing else. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll get to them as soon as possible. And other than that, I'll just talk to y'all later. Bye.